So working on our auto dispenser for a while now, and I think we're getting closer. So I'll show you. Okay, so I just started up. We're gonna zero it out because it's empty inside the weight chamber. Oh, we gotta push and hold that. Okay, then we're going to select, go to preset, enter. So 0 is the weight we wanted. So, and that's in pounds. So let's say we want 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. We click enter. Preset 1 is the weight that we want it to start slowing down the dribbling and just dribble it into there so we get a nice exact weight. We're not too worried about that right now. Preset 2 is if you want it to auto calculate that. So you just say half of a pound before the final weight, it will slow down. So you use 1 or 2, you decide to fill it. And then presets 3 to 6 are things if you want to auto the conveyor, the QR code scanner, different things. You could build it out so it, like, based on the certain weights or what actions has happened, it will trigger other responses. So super excited about that. So we don't have any other ones, so it's just going to go to that. So now it's about at 0. What we're going to do is we're going to set this to auto. We're still getting an error where it won't close afterwards, but I'm going to try and show you us filling it. Let's see, I was not set up for this. I'm going to set up a ladder right here. Hopefully I can set up my camera so you can see what is going on here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So you can see I'm going to dump it in, and once it hits the 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds, it's going to dump it. But we're bypassing some of the pieces here. We got to figure out how to get the vibration to work to feed it in. So you're going to see that fill complete is going to turn green and dump in. What are we at? Pound 60.6. Okay, so we're getting closer. It should just autofill. Boom. So we might increase the size, the diameter of that pipe so it feeds a little bit faster, but boom, dumps it out automatically. But then here's the issue I'm trying to resolve, is it goes to this once it's dumped. And there's nothing I can do to get it to reset. Oh, you see now it's thinks, and now it's the 0 has been adjusted weird. Okay, well, I will keep figuring out what's going on there, but that's a big step to understand those first things. So we're on our way. It's going to be great, and it also has a fill complete here, so if you're on this side you can see what's going on. Anyway, really excited. For context, this is how we do it old-fashioned way. You just scoop it onto a tray with each of the weights. We have the weights labeled for each sample, and then we hand fill it out. We hand scan the QR code, mark which one it belongs to, and then hand stack it. So with this machine we should be able to do most of that automated, and then we just have guys stacking the trays at the beginning of the line and guys stacking trays into the incubator at the back end of the line. And then it's much faster and it's perfectly accurate every time. So the only thing is we'd have to change it with each sample. That's the weight for each sample. But then we just take the whole sample and stick it in that hopper, or most of that sample or part of that sample, and then we just keep that hopper filled, and it will, using this which vibrates, it'll vibrate them down, dump it into there. Once it gets to the weight, and like I said, it'll slow down that vibration when you're getting close, so it's just dribbling a little bit in there, gets to the right amount, close it back up, then that keeps filling. So it's good. Okay, we had it working for a second, but we still get that error message where it won't close up. I fixed over here, this on here. This guy was not all the way connected up inside there. I did that, and then it started going, did 2 or 3 and then it cut out and wouldn't do it again. Now I'm just testing the solenoid with the manual override. Definitely not a solenoid issue, that's working. This has got to be something on the message getting there, because the error is working. So There's something in here going on. What joy. Okay, so I'm not an electrician, but I think these are relays. I swapped these two right here, and now it will open and close, and it will close automatically. But what happens is that it will open, close, but then it doesn't slow down enough to like reset the weight, and then it will open and close, and so it just like opens, closes, open, closes, open, closes. It's a little frustrating. So you can see how it dumps, but then it waits, it's just putting it so completed. It's panicking. So we need to delay it. Okay, so me and Josh were working on it, and we figured something out. If I set the weight to 10 pounds, then it doesn't do it, because when it's resetting, it's jumping up and down a little bit, and then finally it settles, and it's not hitting that weight that we had set there. So at a high enough weight, it's outside the range and it's good. Josh noticed too that this gate here is hitting this, and it's pushing up on this, and so it's like emptying and then seeming like it's filling, like it's just throwing everything off. And so I've got to play around with this and shift it a bit and see if I can get it to change. All right, Josh was a genius. It's working. I took that off and it is doing so much better. I think how I could set this up to show you, but anyway, you can pour it in the top and it will just open, and then it will close, and then you can keep filling it, and then it will open, and then it will close. It's perfect. Super exciting. Okay, so we got the vibrating feeder to work. It was just setting in here. Needed a number for the fast and slow speeds. Silly little thing, but I think we got it going. So now I'm gonna dump some in. I'm gonna set it at auto. We're gonna dispense at 1 pound increments. See if it works. Hopefully it goes. Oh. Then we gotta set the slow speed. Alright, we'll play with that again. Okay, so it's stopping 10 below on each one. 0.1. Alright, so we got it going. It hits the right one. But then what happens is this starts a little bit before that one closes up. That's so sweet though. It's about to hit it and dump, but then this is gonna go. Filled it to the brim. We're now gonna give it a try. Alright. Let's go weigh it and see if it... Yeah, I just need to allow that weight scale for a second. Calibrate.
What?
So it looks like we're just a little bit heavy, but not too heavy. So I'll do some more calculations in that 5. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Sorry.
It's not closed yet. Good. We're nodding.
So we have done 2 stacks, and that was with the first load. All the way filled up, can do about 2 stacks. So it's 18, so it's probably around 36 gallons, I think, per load. And so we can possibly increase the hopper size, make it just a little bit bigger. The other thing is it's pretty dusty, and so we've got this whole air system over here on this wall. And so in the future, because this is some of our last trays we're doing this year, got it working at the very end, we'll get hooked up to the air system with an air hood. Check it out, because you definitely want to mask. It's like lots of dust. And then the other thing I want to do is, you see this feeder right here. I think if we turn the angle just a little bit more, it'll feed a little bit faster. It's still pretty quick. You get in a pretty good rhythm and you're going. But no, anyway, super exciting. We're super stoked. It's gonna be great. Okay, traying is complete. Woohoo! So it's a momentous moment. Getting everything trayed up. Incubators are all on. Some of them are on heat, the ones we did earlier, and a couple of them are on cool until they're ready. So next week or so we'll be turning them all on. So anyway, very exciting. Next step is just getting everything flagged in the field. Luke's out doing that right now, and then we'll be getting prepped to start putting shelters out. And then probably a week, parasites start to emerge. We'll have to deal with those, do some basic incubation management, and then 23, 25 days, the bees are ready to go out. So we'll keep you up to date.